Everyone, thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. At the United Center, Chicago fans are cheering for their Bulls. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So on the floor for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the talented pair. At the forward position, Amon Shumpert is out there with Irving, and it's Mozgov in at the 5, roaming the paint. Rose, no good. Gasol. And the rejection by LeBron. Down low. And finished off by Gasol.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there. Guys, the Bulls' defense was as stout as ever last season. A big part of that is they have guys that challenge you inside and at the rim. Even off the bench, all of their bigs are mobile and protect the basket.
Shots good from Butler.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble. I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
A costly foul there. He'll shoot 3 free throws.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer, was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
And he makes all 3. Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Excellent team play there on the pick, and then he ripped it down.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
LeBron with it. Butler covering. Noah with the block. Dunleavy kicks to Rose. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Chicago.
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And guys, add to that the fact that they have really done a great job of attacking the ball handler with their defensive pressure and forcing turnovers.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Taj Gibson's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Mike Dunleavy. And Brooks subbed in for Rose. Thompson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Smith comes in for Shumpert.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games, and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
You're right on target there, Greg. Of the last 10 points they've allowed, 8 have come from in close.
Chicago making some changes. Pau Gasol is checked in for Gibson. Dunleavy comes in for Mirotic. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Aaron Brooks. Mo Williams is checked in for Cleveland. The Bulls leading by 8. Here's Gasol. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Goes up from the top of the key. They get it back. The layup off target.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
They've been very untidy with the ball here. Commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
The drive by James, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Rose with the ball. Williams picks him up. And finished off by Gasol.
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they've done it. They're attacking the basket.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Takes it from 10. And Thompson sends it back. James, no good.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Rose attacking. The layup missed. And James throws it down.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Back to Rose with 1 on the clock. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
And Rose drops them both. So as we end the first... And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Brooks out there with Heinrich. And it's Mirotic in the 3 spot. That's the Bulls' 5 as we get into the second quarter.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Jefferson's checked in.
Into the lineup for the Cavaliers, Richard Jefferson.
So it's Chicago now. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Gasol kicks to Gibson. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
And guys, the first year for David Blatt, he was second-guessed at every turn. And that happens when you are picked to make the finals, but also when you coach LeBron James.
The Bulls leading by 12 to the middle, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. Mozgov, he's checked in for Cleveland. The Bulls have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Brooks dishes to Gibson. Jacks up a 3. Mozgov with the block. Out of bounds, Bulls ball as Chicago keeps possession. Gasol kicks to Gibson. Stolen by Thompson. And stolen by Mirotic. Shots good by Gibson.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
You know, the Cavs last season won a bunch of games, but they had to fight for a lot of them. They often would fall behind early or dig a big hole and have to fight their way out of it.
A different look now for Cleveland. Kevin Love's checked in for Tristan Thompson. LeBron comes in for Jefferson. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for Shumpert. And that one's good. And it's 7 points for Kyrie Irving.
Boy, he's got a real comfort level with the mid-range game. I mean, he's got the ability not to let the defense bother him when he's locked into that shooting zone.
You mentioned, GA, the Cavs and their comebacks. They actually overcame double-digit deficits for 13 of their 53 wins last year.
Yeah, and Kevin, I remember their biggest one being a comeback after being down 17 points. I mean, but when you have the star power that the Cavs have, no comeback is out of the question. You're just never safe against this team.
Chicago leading by 12. Gasol passes to Brooks. And the Bulls with another miss. It's LeBron with the drive. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. That's now 8 points for LeBron.
Oh, how pretty was that? Use the rim to protect the ball perfectly.
Smith outside. From the high post. That's good on the jump shot. Smith's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Cleveland. Heinrich. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Here's Rose, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
The drive by LeBron. The quick look, no good that time. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist by Heinrich. Rose has got the lead up to 14 now for Chicago. It's stolen by Rose.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another beforehand.
The Bulls have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
I think he simply needs to get back to doing what he was doing there in the first quarter.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for LeBron. And Mo Williams subbed in for Irving.
Timothy Mozgov.
And the shot is good.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement. I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Anderson Varejau's checked in for Cleveland. Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. Rose gets the bucket.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's having.
And it's Thompson with the jam.
Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geek.
And that's what the alley-oops guys will do for your team.
Here's Chicago. They're on a 14-6 run. The shot by Heinrich no good. And here we go. Cavaliers running again. And Thompson throws it down.
That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Clark, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning too.
But guys, the pass for me, even better. He absolutely put that on a platter for him.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls, forcing turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
I like to watch him play like that. Makes the game so much more interesting.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like Greg Anthony in the day. A jitterbug or maybe a gnat, with the kind of nuisance he's been as far as defending. Excellent work at that end of the floor for him.
And Kevin, Clark's the only guy I know that can call you a gnat and mean it as a compliment.
And make you feel good about it. Yeah.
I appreciate that, Clark.
Good Clark. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, they've got Matthew Dellavedova, Anderson Varejao out there with Jefferson. Then there's Mo Williams, and it's Shumpert in a small forward. And the basket good.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
Last season, the Bulls were a tough matchup, solid margin of victory for them, and never looked over.
About that athletic.
Yeah.
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
Well, that's a lot of bricks by them early in the second. Only one make on 5 tries so far in the second half.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
Yeah, he almost got that one down. I mean, those are the kind of aggressive plays coaches love to see.
Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs, swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks. Like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
No denying it, injuries were a big part of the storyline in the Cavs postseason. Fortunately, LeBron James was otherworldly after the first round. Took care of the Bulls, then went on to sweep the Hawks to get back to the finals.
The Cavaliers trail by 12.
And for the Cavs last season, their toughest test would be in the finals against the Warriors. Like every other team, they just couldn't handle the Warriors for a full series. A great run to the finals, and surely they'll want to return there this season.
Miričić grabs the miss. Heinrich dishes to Brooks. That's good.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there. Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard, Clark.
Yes,
Bring it
sir.
down hard,
Yes,
my
sir.
brother.
Yes, sir.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
The Cavaliers trail by 14. And LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Irving. Irving's got 3 assists in the game. Pass to Snell. And there's the foul. It'll go on Nikola Miričić. That's his first foul.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Smith is checked in. And again, no good by Chicago. Oh!
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up.
And here's the fast break. LeBron leading the way. Oh! Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
My goodness, that was almost a circus-like dunk.
This is to Snell. 6 on the shot clock. For 3, Heinrich. And the shot is good. Heinrich's got 6 in the quarter.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
And stolen by LeBron. The alley-oop layup, very well done.
And one area where they haven't struggled has been transition.
Yeah, I think that may be their ticket out of the hole. Look for even more of those quick hitters.
Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 5th assist in this one.
A chance here to go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to ramp up the speed and make it happen in a hurry.
Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from LeBron.
Well, I tell you what, they're turning this game into a drag race, sprinting out for easy, fast break baskets.
And on a really nice run here. And defensively, you've got to force them to operate in the half court. It allows you to put bodies on bodies.
Irving for 3. No luck. Snell. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And that's it for the 3rd quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the 4th. Bulls lead by 5. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter of play is up to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. The Bulls leading by 5. At the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. And it's Dunleavy in the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. The Cavaliers shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Williams can't get it to go. Outside Butler. Wants to get it off to Noah and does. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
Anderson Varejau's checked in for James. Pass to Varejao. Jefferson with the 3. Good.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
And finished off by Noah.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. Mozgov, he's checked in for Anderson Varejao. Williams again, Rose. Outside for Jefferson. Off target from the wing.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
And, you know, it's only getting better as both of these teams' defenses are starting to show signs of wearing down.
And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. The Cavaliers making a switch here. Dellavedova's checked in. Shumpert with the steal. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. 16 feet away. No good. And it's Chicago the other way.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Timeout called. Cleveland You gotta like what Derrick Rose has done in this game.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on David Blatt's huddle. He told his guys, I know we can do this, fellas. Let's maximize every possession and get after it and just watch. Things will go our way. Kevin?
LeBron's checked in for Cleveland.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
A different look now for Cleveland. Love's checked in for Thompson. And Irving subbed in for Williams. And both free throws good for Shumpert. Irving with the steal. On the wing, James. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken advantage.
You know, something else I've noticed is just how many of their baskets have been set up by assists throughout the game.
Mirotic is checked in for the Bulls. Brooks comes in for Rose. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Mozgov kicks to Shumpert. It's stolen by Dunleavy. Fast break, here we go. And it's Butler missing.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
And James throws it down.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. Good teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're down by 3. 1:56 left in the fourth. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for the Bulls. And Cleveland also making a change. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Kevin Love. And so here's Cleveland. It's a 3-point game. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. That is his first foul of the game. We've got 1:55 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Thompson. And he jams it with authority.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Yeah, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Out of bounds, Cleveland will take possession.
Oh, that certainly could be costly. In a close one, those kinds of mistakes can really give the other team momentum.
Some changes for Chicago. Joakim Noah is checked in for Mirotic. Dunleavy comes in for McDermott. And it's Rose in for Brooks. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. LeBron again. LeBron kicks to Irving. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And that one's good. Shumpert.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
And Rose throws it down hard.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
Good on the first, and that gives them the lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
And really just a great rhythm at the line, whether it's a big lead in the first quarter or with the game hanging in the balance.
It's money from deep.
What a bucket at one of the more crucial moments of the game.
How about the cool, collected way in which he delivered it? Clutch.
Gasol with the steal. A solo fast break. Nice move. Just sinks it.
And a great job of taking advantage of the steal there to get those easy ones in transition.
You know, that's exactly how you draw it up, Greg, on the board. I mean, good defensive work, aggressive play in the open court. Those two things are hand in glove when they work together.
Dunleavy for three. Cavaliers with the rebound. Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
No room for mistakes right now.
Noah with the block. The three. Knocked loose.
They have a chance to tie it up.
A three ball would do just that.
Once again off the mark by Cleveland. The kick out to Rose. 16 feet away. No good. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. What a show they put out here at home tonight.
Tremendous work all the way down to the wire. We were just wondering what would happen next. Major drama, and we saw a good one.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.